So you could have took me nowhere else better than Shake Shack.
And Shake Shack is a good spot to go to.
I mean, this what you got me.
Any other
That's
female
it.
would have loved to go to Shake Shack.
You got me 2 sandwiches and a drink.
So what? And it cost me $50.
To Shake Shack, like of all places. Look at them.
Bro,
you got all the chains and stuff like that on your neck.
Just like that girl, but
she might have been wrong.
Shake Shack is nothing wrong. Then you order the chicken sandwiches and stuff. Like, it's nothing wrong with Shake Shack. Shake Shack is a good spot. You tripping?
Really? So you could have took me nowhere else better than Shake Shack.
And Shake Shack is a good spot to go to.
I mean, this what you got me.
Any other
That's
female
it.
would have loved to go to Shake Shack.
You got me 2 sandwiches and a drink.
So what? And it cost me $50 for just this.
This cost you $50.
$50. It cost me $50.
Let me see the receipt.
You ain't got to see the receipt. That's how much it costs. You act like you ungrateful. That's why I don't even like going on dates and stuff like that.
I mean, you be going out spending hundreds of thousands at the club and stuff like that. I don't see why I gotta come to Shake Shack.
But the thing about it is this is lunch. You feel me? You said, let's go out for lunch. Surprise me. And I took you to Shake Shack. And this is how you act.
And that's the best surprise you could have got. Go ahead, start recording. I'm already in there.
I'm going to show the internet
how
ungrateful women is.
Show them.
You feel me?
Show them.
But you want to order, like, you still order like you want to eat. You still about to eat.
I ain't say the food was nasty. I just said I wanted something else.
You wanted to go to what? Where you want to go? Where do you want to go?
I mean, shoot. I mean, right here in the South Side. I mean, all these fancy restaurants over here. We couldn't have got something that at least gave me some silverware.
We could have went that for dinner.
Look, okay, but check this out. Check this out, though. Hold on.
Right
I'm about to prove a point, though. Man, pick up your fork. Pick up your fork. Let me see your fork.
That's how Shake Shack do their forks.
That's a fork.
This is how Shake Shack do it.
Okay.
This is how Shake Shack. This is finger food.
Okay.
Like, you don't even need a fork. This is bougie. Like, look, that's bougie.
All right, so we're looking at the Shake Shack website, right? We saw what the conversation was about. In order for me to do this, I actually had to make an account and then log in. So this is why you see the Seiji zone directly lifted up there. So we're going to go through, right? So they had 2 drinks because I got my calculator on the side, right? So we're going to go towards the drink area, right? And looking back at the video, they had some colored drinks. I'm going to say it was probably somewhere in they got some nice looking drinks here. I'm guessing it might have been lemonade or something like that. So I'm going to say it was probably one of these, right? So we're going to go with 2 drinks. A large. So those might have been, I want to say those might have been larges. We're going to put it as large because normally when people go out, they like to, get large drinks. So we're going to do 5.59 even, right? Sorry if y'all can hear the mic. I mean, not the mic, but the clicks. So then we go right back, and then the brother has some fries, right? He has some cheesy fries. So yeah, cheese fries with some bacon. I think he probably had these here, and they only come in one size. So we're going to add that up. So we're already at $11.18. So we're going to add in the 6.59. So now we're at $17.77. And then we're going to go right back, and we're going to go for the burgers that they had. I want to say it looked like she had 2 chicken sandwiches because they don't have fish up here because I was trying to figure out specifically what it was. It didn't look like any of these here. So, and then everything else under that is nothing but fries. If we go to the burgers, it wasn't this either. I can tell that. See, I'm guessing that it was chicken. I'm going to go with a normal chicken sandwich. And I'm guessing there was nothing on there but pretty much just lettuce. And that comes up to $9.09. Let's see. Let me put the $9.09 directly in there. So that's $26.86. And then we go right back. Oh, I'm sorry. She actually had 2 of those. So let me see. Let me get that number. Let me see. That was, what was it? 9. See, can I get the rematch on that? It was 9.09. Okay. I had to make sure. 09. All right. So that's $35.95, right? And then I'm guessing he might have had a burger. It's really hard to tell. Maybe he might have had the same thing. Might be a little bit of a discrepancy. His didn't really look that large. So I'm guessing if anything, it might have been somewhere in between. It should have been, I want to say it was probably just a cheeseburger. If not, potentially he might have had the same thing that she had. Um, but to make it even, just because I'm not really too sure, and they both look like they were the same size, I'm probably going to go with the chicken sandwich again. So we put that as another 909. So that's 4509 already right there. Then on top of that, you also got plus tax for, whatever the tax just may be. So again, the order that at least we're able to look at, already came up to $45.04. It's only $5 off of $50. And in certain places, depending on where you happen to go, the tax is crazy when they start adding those things directly in there. And she was talking about, oh, I want to see the receipt. See the receipt for what? There's no reason for you to actually need to see a receipt. The man paid for it. If you wanted to see a receipt, then you would have went 50-50. You would have paid for your stuff. He would have paid for his. And, everything would have been that. But that's not what she, wanted to do. So my main point for doing all of that was to just point out the fact that you have ungrateful women directly out there. Some people may say, like, oh, this is just a skit. All of these videos, they're just skits. They're not even real. Nobody out here in life acts like this. Whatever. Well, maybe you've never, actually went through this and had to deal with somebody that was ungrateful, but these things do exist. And again, this is an example of one of those things. This is an example of how when certain things are stated publicly in society, other people will gravitate and they will take that on as their brand new religion. You have this woman here that wanted to complain about going to Shake Shack. She wanted to call it a date. But mind you, she didn't edit the video and made sure that he didn't state that this was just lunch. And then to make it worse, even after stating that it was just lunch, he was like, so where would you have, wanted to go? It was like, oh, all these, these fancy restaurants and yada, yada, yada. Could have just, took me there. He was like, okay, that can be for dinner. Even though this dude, she's trying to clown this dude directly out here. He's still like, yo, that could have just been for dinner. Again, this is lunch. This is not a date. She tried to make this really seem like this was some type of date. You could tell by the way everybody dressed. This is not a date. Everybody is just dressed in normal gear. That's it. But for her to try to make this become something more than what it actually was is crazy to me. Just to, try to get some clicks or some views or whatnot or whatever, just to try to, gain some traction off of this guy. If people want to understand why it is that guys don't do the things they used to do, this is why. Let this be a clear-cut example of the reason why a lot of guys don't do the things that they would normally do, that they used to do. Because you have a lot of women out here that are on clown time. They're on goofy time. They want to act as though that they deserve the world. And I'm like, that you have not shown or delivered anything to the effect of letting one know that you are, owed this, right? Usually if you present something, you can then ask for a price or somebody's going to give a price directly for it. You haven't shown that you deserve to go to an expensive restaurant. Why? You're going to an expensive restaurant. Why? Because you're a woman? Like, what are we doing here? If that's the case, there's a lot of other women directly out here. So doesn't that mean that all women deserve to go to a expensive restaurant? Or are we just talking about specifically certain types of women that look a certain type of way? Right? Like I said, entitlement out here is going to ruin the dating landscape for a lot of women. A lot of women that actually deserve to be treated a certain type of way and courted and all of these things. A lot of those women might not ever get that chance because you have far too many women out here in society deciding to act this type of way. They want to make these types of videos or content. And they're going to mess it up for the rest of the women out here. I keep telling people, it only takes a few to mess it up for the lot. That's all it takes. That is all it takes. And that's magnified by way of social media. So it's even worse. This is not the 2000s or the 90s or the 80s where these stories would just happen by hearsay. No, you're looking at the stuff in real time. You're looking at the stuff in real time because people want to publicize the things that they are doing. People want to, try to get fame and fortune off of these types of things. And again, it's not a good look at all. If anything, it just makes her, along with other women, look vastly ungrateful when it deals with America. Because when you look at a lot of other countries, you don't see the thousands or the hundreds of thousands of videos that you normally see when it deals with the United States and women in the United States, and how it is that they want to talk about men, how it is that they want to go in on men, how it is that they want to negatively describe men and the things that they aren't doing and the things that they should be doing, right? Again, this is the only place where it is comfortable to do things like this. This is the only place where women are able to do this and still go out there and get treated, the way that they feel that they should be treated. When realistically, if you go out on a limb and you present yourself in a certain type of way, that's the way that, you should get treated, just to be honest, right? That's how that should work. If you go out there and show yourself off as a piece of work, that's how you should get treated. It's that simple. There's no niceties, attached to that, nor should you get any types of gifts or what have you, right? Just because you are a woman. At the end of the day, you are a human being, and like other human beings, you are going to get treated with, respect and different things the moment in time that you show and deliver that same thing to another human being. If you can't just simply do something like that, then obviously you don't deserve anything. I mean, that's just an honest opinion, but y'all can let me know what y'all feel about this in the comment description below. Peace out.